Hello everyone. To start the presentation in the most artistic way and to introduce each discussant in a logical and significant arrangement of inputs that everybody in the group deserves, I am here, Andrew L. Beltran, your discussion director of Victor Hugo from Grade 10 Courage. Using her full knowledge of the story to create a drama version of it, our summarizer, Marie Adrienne Lim. And with that, it leads us to our passage master, Justin Josiah Kahayan, that collaborated with our summarizer, studied how to deliver passages or dialogues meaningfully for our classmates to imagine the real exchanges between the characters.
It was supposed to be a perfect wedding, but they're wrong. The groom was Orpheus, the greatest of all poets and musicians. The bride was Eurydice, a wood nymph. As Eurydice walked towards Orpheus, she suddenly stumbled then fell to the ground.
Oh my! What happened to my love?
What happened to her? Orpheus ran to reach his bride, only to find out that Eurydice was already dead.
No! This can't be happening! She's not dead! No! Please, love! Open your eyes! Please!
She was bitten by a snake! Look! The snake is escaping! Orpheus, you are not even married yet.
Why did you leave me, Eurydice? We have so many plans for our future. How can I fulfill that now that I'm alone?
So sorry, Orpheus. After Eurydice's death, Orpheus began to roam the earth, singing sad melodies to overcome his grief. But it was no use, so he decided to follow Eurydice in the underworld.
No mortal has ever been there before, but I must try to bring back my love, Eurydice.
He planned to charm Persephone and Hades with his music to win Eurydice's release. He began to climb into a cave through a dark passage that led to the underworld. He reached the river Styx.
You are immortal. What brings you here?
I came here to bring back my Eurydice.
You wish.
Orpheus began to pluck his lyre, and Charon was so charmed that he rowed him across the river for free. After that, he must face Cerberus, the fierce three-headed dog who guard the gates.
You, mortal, should not be here.
No, I'll win Eurydice back.
Try to kill me first.
Orpheus struck his lyre again, and when Cerberus heard the sweet music, he fell asleep and let Orpheus pass. He continued to play his lyre tenderly, so he made his way to the gloomy underworld. Everyone cried when they heard his sad music. At last, Orpheus arrived at the palace of Hades and Persephone, king and queen of the underworld.
What are you doing here?
I came here to bring my beloved Eurydice back.
And why would I allow that?
Please, I beg of you, let me be with my love. I miss her so much, and I want to be with her.
Orpheus began to play his gentle song, pleading for Eurydice. When stern Hades heard his song, he began to weep, and the cold Persephone was so moved that her heart melted. "Oh, please, my husband, let Eurydice be reunited with Orpheus." They summoned Eurydice. The two lovers clasped each other like there's no tomorrow. As they began to leave, Hades stopped them.
Wait, you can take Eurydice back in one condition.
What condition?
Eurydice must follow you, and you cannot look back at her unless you are on Earth again.
Orpheus nodded with a contented smile. Orpheus and Eurydice made their way through the dark passage that led to the upper world.
Finally, you're with me now. I've been longing for you, love.
Missed you too, my love. I hope we can go back safely.
Don't worry.
Alright. Just follow me and call my name when you're not feeling good. Okay? Alright. At last, they reached the cave through Orpheus had descended. I can see the daylight ahead. We're almost there. Are you still there, Eurydice? Eurydice was far from him, so she had not heard him, and so she did not answer. Orpheus turned to make sure that she was still following him. He caught one glimpse of her, and then she disappeared, swallowed up by darkness. Farewell, my love.
No, no! Come back! Come back here, Eurydice! Come back! Please! I love you so much! Please! Come back to me! Please!
Orpheus cried his heart out. He tried to follow her, but the gods did not allow it anymore. So he wandered in the earth alone, singing his sad songs while longing for Eurydice.
I hope when I die, I'll be reunited with my love, Eurydice.
The end.
To visualize something that is unique about the story, something that sets it apart from other myths you know. Here's our illustrator, Andre Beltran, to show us his illustration of the story Orpheus and Eurydice. With the great story Eurydice and Orpheus, I drew 5 impactful scenes from the story. On the upper left, you will see Eurydice's and Orpheus's ceremony. And in the middle, you will see Orpheus finally on the gates of the underworld. Then on the upper right, you will see Orpheus playing for his love. On your lower left, you will see Orpheus begging to Persephone in Hades for his love. Then at last, Eurydice and Orpheus holding hands on the river of the underworld. As he read the story, he walked with Orpheus and recorded all the things that appealed to his sense of sight. Our travel tracer, Justin Josiah Kahayan.
The wedding. It looked so beautiful, and a lot of people attended, so it was very lively. And let's not forget the perfect couple, which is kind of like what we call the main attraction. Sharon and the River Styx. Sharon or Charon looks like the Grim Reaper in the movies. He accompanies your soul or guides your soul, but in his stead, he asks for a payment and lets you ride a boat called in the River Styx. And that river is not actually a river, but it's made out of souls. Cerberus, the guard of the gates. Cerberus isn't like other dogs. Like you can actually see that he isn't, because he's three-headed, incredibly large, and he obeys only Hades. So like he guards the gate of the underworld, so only like dead people can only enter the underworld. Of the underworld. It looks so cool and awesome, yet it's terrifying because of the engravings and the size of it.
He made the list of mythological characters and placed mentions in the story and found out how they continue to influence our modern life or pop culture. Our word wizard, Edgardo Aka Jr.
Everyone, my name is Edgardo and Akang Jr., the word wizard of group Victor Hugo, and let's get started. Number 1. Orpheus, the husband of Eurydice and the son of Calliope. He was a good musician at his time. When Eurydice died, he followed it to the underworld to bring back Eurydice. He could do this to attract Persephone in Hades. He influenced our modern life with his determination to do everything for his loved ones. Number 2. Eurydice, the wife of Orpheus, who died from a venomous snake bite, which was later followed by Orpheus to bring back to the world of life. She influenced our modern life with deceased loved ones who was unfairly taken from life too soon. Number 3. Calliope, the mother of Orpheus, chief of all muses. She taught Orpheus to sing. She influenced our modern life by how a loving parent takes care of their children. Number 4. Hades, the husband of Persephone, king of underworld, who agreed to give Eurydice back on one condition: do not look at her until they return to Earth. He influenced our modern life to never look at a person's appearance but to look at its attitude. Number 4. Persephone, the wife of Hades, queen of the underworld, who helped Orpheus to bring back Eurydice. She influenced our modern life with her issues controlling herself. It represents people nowadays with low patience. Number 6. Sharon, a ferryman and a guardian of River Styx. She influenced our modern life by people who work for money. Number 7. Cerberus, three-headed watchdog of the underworld, also a guardian of gates of underworld. Influenced our modern life by its loyalty and willingness to do what is assigned to him. Number 8. Sisyphus, king of Erythra, punished to roll an immense boulder uphill. He influenced our modern life by how people committing crimes has an equal punishment. Number 9. Tantalus, king of Syphilus, punished by Zeus to stand a pool of receding water. Stop trying to quench his thirst. He influenced our modern life by how people committing crimes has an equal punishment. Number 10. Ixion, king of Lapids, punished to wing a fairy wheel that was always spinning. Influenced our modern life by how people committing crime and has an equal punishment. That's all. Thank you.
Good work, Edgardo. Now, let's move on to Christopher Bravo, our connector, to explain to us the role of music in the story. With the bounty of music in our modern times, he chose 3 songs that express the theme of the story.
Hi, my name is Christopher Cali Bravo, the connector of Group Victor Hugo. As connector, I will be explaining the role of music in the story. Then I will play one part of each song that represents the theme of the story. The role of music in the story is to represent the actions and the feelings of each character. First one is going to be You Are the Reason by Callum Scott.
I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I broke. Or 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason.
Secondly, the second song is going to be You and I by One Direction.
You and I, we don't wanna be like them. We can make it till the end. Nothing can come between you and I. Not even the gods above can separate the two of us. No, nothing can come between you and I.
And lastly, the last song is going to be 1,000 Years by Christina Perri.
I died every day waiting for you, darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for
will show us the elements of the myth that are present in the story. It is our literary luminary, Ian Palayas. Take it away.
Good day everyone, my name is Ian Palacios and my role is Literary Luminary. Let's get started. Today we are talking about the elements of Orpheus and Eurydice, and let's go. For the characters in the story of Orpheus and Eurydice are Orpheus, Eurydice, Apollo, Cerberus, King Pluto, Queen Proserpina, Calliope, Hymen, Tantalus, Ixion, the daughters of Danaus, and Charon and the river Styx. Next, expositions. Orpheus and Eurydice got married. Right after the wedding, Eurydice fell to the ground after a poisonous snake bit her. Eurydice and her spirit sank down into the underworld. Now for the rising action 1. When Orpheus' pain was too much, he decided that he would travel through the underworld to get his wife back. For the rising action 2, he finally reached the throne, targeted King Pluto and Queen Proserpina for his love back. Orpheus sang his pleas and made everyone cry. For the rising action 3, Pluto and Proserpina were touched and wiped their tears. Pluto said that he may take Eurydice back with him on one condition, that she could not look back at Eurydice or she would have to return to the underworld. For the rising action number 4, Orpheus longed to look back at his beautiful wife, but he didn't want her to disappear, so he kept his gaze straight ahead. Now for the climax. When he was up on the land of the living, he looked back at her, but Pluto said both of them had to be out of the underworld before he looked back. For the falling action, Eurydice was pulled back into the underworld once again. And for the resolution, he started singing again about his loss, and some trees covered over him and protected him as he sang his beautiful song. And the last setting, Orpheus in the underworld, is set in ancient Greece on Mount Olympus and in the underworld. That's it. Thank you.
Job well done! Now, our researcher. He searched for interesting additional information about the story and prepared 10 items for a literary quiz bee elimination round. Now, our very own quiz master, Kian Villafranca.
Good day everyone. My name is Kiam Villafranca, the researcher of Group Victor Hugo. Now, let's get started. But before I give you a 10 item of quiz, I am giving you a little more information that is related to the story of Orpheus and Eurydice. Orpheus is known as the god of music in Greek mythology. When he played his lyre, the world would sway to the music. He was the son of Apollo and Muse Calliope. Orpheus was married to a woman named Eurydice. In her wedding day, while she gets closer to Orpheus, she was bitten by a snake and died. So he went to Hades, as known as god of the underworld, to rescue his beloved. When he was in the underworld, Orpheus played sad song for his beloved Eurydice that make everyone in the underworld stay still. Hades agreed, but in his one condition. He said, "You must not look back if Eurydice is following him until you get back to the land of mortals." But he gave in his temptation, and Eurydice went back to the underworld forever. Orpheus swore to never love again until he was killed by Maenad. He realized the pain and joy. Then another poem was created. It is a love poem and you are poem. Now, let's begin our quiz. Question number 1. Who is Orpheus? Orpheus is known as greatest of all poets and musicians, or are known as God of Music. Who was Orpheus' wife? Orpheus' wife is Eurydice. What happened to Eurydice in her wedding day? She was bitten by a snake and died. Question number 4. Where Orpheus go to the underworld? Orpheus go to the underworld to rescue his beloved. 5. What musical instrument is played by Orpheus? Orpheus played this live. Number 6. Who is Orpheus' parents? Orpheus' parents is Apollo and Muse Calliope. 7. What is Hades' one condition? Hades' condition that he must never look back if Eurydice was following him. 8. Who killed Orpheus? The one who killed Orpheus is Maenad. 9. After Orpheus died, what two poems that created have to understood pain and joy? The first one is the love poem, and the second one is the new art form. And lastly, if you are Orpheus, what will you feel if you lose beloved ones? I will feel sad and feel struggle like Orpheus, because it is hard to lose someone you love. And maybe you can feel the way like Orpheus did, and maybe you can say that you can never swear to love a woman.
He captured each input from each discussant, gathered them in a collage, and now he will be telling us his impression about the group performance. Our documenter, Jesselyn Nava. Now tell us, who do you think shared the best, and who needs to share the most next time?
Hello, this is Jesselyn Nava, the documenter from Victor Hugo. What I will tell you in this report is all about my conclusion based on what I observed in our group performance. Let's start right away. Bravo needs to share more next time. He rarely goes online even if he has an internet connection, unlike me who really doesn't have an internet connection but still wants to help in the group work. He even said that he doesn't check his messenger because it's annoying. It's true, but there's a group project that needs to be done, and Messenger is one of the essentials right now. I think Kahayan helped the most in the group. He helped me find all their works and tells me what needs to be done while I was offline due to unavailability of internet connection. He even helped all the members in their own roles when he's done in his own role. He is very helpful in the literature circle. Overall, the group performance was great, even if one of our members was inaccessible at the moment of the group project, because he was greatly affected by the typhoon. All members worked their part in the literature circle to complete it.